Breaking news. America wakes up to a Canadian coffee takeover. No one saw it coming. Not analysts, not insiders, not the millions reaching for their morning cup. But something was different. Familiar logos vanished, replaced by a bold red maple leaf. This wasn't a slow creep, it was an overnight flood. Influencers raved about a smoother, richer coffee. We dismissed it as a fad. We were wrong. While America's coffee giants fought, Canadian companies built relationships and perfected their product. The shock isn't just that it happened, it's how quietly they did it. We assumed the market was settled. That was our blind spot. December 14, 2025. A date that changed America's coffee landscape forever. The question now, how did we let this happen? And what comes next? Let's find out. Who are these northern invaders? For most Americans, Canadian coffee meant Tim Hortons, a quirky roadside stop for Timbits and a decent cup. We underestimated their ambition and missed the rise of Second Cup and Balzac's coffee roasters. These weren't mom-and-pop shops. They were sophisticated, well-funded, and had dominated Canada's tough market for decades. Tim Hortons is woven into Canadian identity. Second Cup, the premium alternative, focused on fair trade and quality before it was trendy. Balzac's brought European flair. Their background gave them an edge. A smaller, more competitive market forced them to be efficient, consistent, and customer-focused. They learned to manage supply chains, market on tight budgets, and build loyal followings. They watched American giants, studied their weaknesses, and waited. When the time came, they crossed the border as a united front, sharing intelligence and logistics. While American companies saw rivals, Canadians saw a shared opportunity. They weren't just exporting coffee, they were exporting national pride, and they were determined to succeed on the world's biggest stage. The invasion had begun. Let's pull back the curtain on the two main players, Tim Hortons and Second Cup. Tim Hortons, after a strategic shift, reclaimed its Canadian roots and refocused on quality coffee. They upgraded beans, brewing tech, and in-store experience, aiming to make Tim Hortons synonymous with great coffee again. Second Cup played the premium game, targeting discerning drinkers in upscale neighborhoods with ethical sourcing and skilled baristas. Their stores became stylish, comfortable third places, an antidote to the corporate feel of Starbucks. Tim Hortons handled the high-volume crowd. Second Cup attracted the premium market. Together, they attacked from both ends, creating a pincer movement in the American market. Behind the scenes, they secured prime real estate, built roasting facilities in key U.S. cities, and launched a massive digital marketing campaign. It was quiet, efficient, and devastatingly effective. They built an empire right under our noses. The groundwork was set. The real takeover was about to begin. The Canadian strategy was called the polite invasion, built on partnership, culture, and quality. First, they entered through partnerships, acquiring beloved regional U.S. coffee chains and slowly introducing Canadian products. Customers got to know the new coffee without feeling invaded. Second, they weaponized their Canadianness. In a divided America, Canada's friendly image was a marketing goldmine. Campaigns featured serene landscapes, plaid-clad baristas, and slogans like, "A friendlier morning." Menus offered maple lattes and even breakfast poutine, wholesome, different, and sincere. Third, they focused on operational excellence. Every cup consistent, every barista well-trained, every experience smooth and friendly. While American chains struggled with turnover, Canadian stores ran like clockwork. The partnership model allowed rapid, low-resistance expansion. Cultural marketing built a powerful brand identity. Operational focus created a superior customer experience. No massive ad budgets or celebrity endorsements, just grassroots, word-of-mouth growth. They won America over one town, one customer, one perfect cup at a time. It was a masterclass in understanding emotional needs and meeting them with a better product. The polite invasion was unstoppable. America was hooked. Let's go to the ground. In a Chicago suburb, the daily grind became proudly serving Tim Hortons. The service is faster, the coffee hotter, the line longer. Customers aren't complaining, they're converting. Now, I actually look forward to this. It just tastes better. In Austin, a failed artisanal coffee bar is now a Second Cup. The vibe is stylish yet welcoming, with students and professionals lingering. Starbucks feels like an office. This feels like a living room, says a regular. Their flat white is the best I've ever had. The supply chain changed too. Canadian-branded trucks replaced American ones. Distribution centers shifted inventory to Canadian beans. Supermarkets now dedicate prime shelf space to Tim Hortons and Second Cup pods. The transition wasn't just corporate, it was consumer-led. Office break rooms filled with richer, darker brews. Homes switched to Canadian brands out of curiosity, then loyalty. Social media buzzed with polite invasion. The change was swift because the product was compelling. Americans voted with their wallets and chose Canada. The takeover wasn't hostile, it was an enthusiastic embrace. The morning rush would never be the same. The maple leaf was here to stay. America's coffee ritual had a new flavor, and it was delicious. The transformation was complete. What made Canadian coffee irresistible? It was a perfect blend of taste, value, and authenticity. The coffee hit a sweet spot, smooth, full-bodied, never bitter or watery. Specialty drinks like the maple latte used real syrup, not artificial flavors. The double-double became a cultural phenomenon, simple, perfectly balanced, and consistent. Menus were curated, not overwhelming, and every drink was made right. Price-to-quality ratio was unbeatable, premium taste at a fair price. Second Cup delivered an artisanal experience that felt genuine. Consumers felt they were getting their money's worth. Most importantly, the brands felt real. Their marketing was sincere, their story compelling. In an age of corporate cynicism, Canadians projected trust and comfort. They weren't just selling coffee, they were selling a feeling. And America was ready for it. America's coffee titans first denied, then panicked. Starbucks dismissed Canadian brands as low-end, until their market share slipped. They launched bizarre specialty drinks, but it backfired, making them seem out of touch. Dunkin' faced a direct assault from Tim Hortons, and doubled down on speed and breakfast sandwiches, diluting their coffee-first identity. Internal chaos followed. Emergency meetings, desperate market research, franchisee revolts. Both tried to launch Canadian-style blends, but they felt inauthentic. The stock market reflected the turmoil. Starbucks declined. Dunkin's parent issued profit warnings. The giants were powerful but slow, while Canadians were nimble and quick. The empire was striking back, but its cannons were aimed in the wrong direction. The old guard was on the ropes. The coffee war had changed. America's giants needed a new playbook. After the shock, American coffee giants adapted. Starbucks launched Project Ascent, closing underperforming stores, redesigning others, and focusing on the coffee experience. Dunkin' introduced Dunkin' Reserve, standalone stores with premium beans and skilled baristas. Classic stores got a coffee-first renovation. The fight moved digital AI-powered loyalty programs, personalized offers, and voice-activated ordering. American chains leveraged tech for seamless convenience, something Canadians couldn't yet match. Innovation flourished, subscription services, co-branded spaces, and community hubs. The Canadian invasion forced American giants to get better, sparking a new era of creativity and customer focus. The fight was far from over. It had just entered a smarter, more interesting phase. The coffee landscape was evolving, competition was fierce, and consumers were the real winners. The next chapter was just beginning. By the end of 2025, the Canadian takeover was the new reality. Tim Hortons and Second Cup were household names, commanding a stable share of the market. Their success proved that quality, value, and genuine connection can topple even the biggest incumbents. The maple leaf became a seal of quality. American giants, though wounded, were leaner and more innovative. Starbucks' Project Ascent and Dunkin's dual-brand strategy were showing results. The market now offered more choice and better quality than ever. Three tiers emerged: convenience, Tim Hortons, Dunkin'; premium, Starbucks, Second Cup; and ultra-premium, independence. The biggest lesson: never underestimate quiet competition. Canada's coffee coup will be studied for years, a masterclass in strategy and branding. The great American coffee war is over. The new order has begun, and for America's coffee drinkers, the morning has never looked brighter.